Hi, I'm Gordon Bruce from Insight Specialist Services, and I'd like to explain a little bit more about the KPP or Kill Prevent Protect system. This is a three-step symbiotic process where first we start with kill. We prepare the surfaces for the application of BioTouch using our own PB2012 disinfectant, which is safe on skin. Then we prevent. We apply BioTouch antimicrobial coating which bonds to any clean surface, including textiles, and performs what we call a mechanical kill, as it does not leach or poison microorganisms. Here we have a little prop just to show the little needles, which would be about 2 nanometers long, or spikes, that's positively charged and attracts in negatively charged pathogens, microbes, etc., molds, bacteria, to the surface and lances their membrane, and therefore makes them non-viable. This has been tested against the likes of Strep A, Staph A, E. coli, yeast, fungus, including Aspergillus, etc. And this can be discussed when we speak. What we simply do is then wipe away the non-viable material with a microfiber cloth. Then we protect by installing our air sanifiers. And you can see behind me here an example of some of the equipment, the one we used at COP26, to some of the other that can be bespoke size for each area. These work with the air passing through the unit. Anything that passes into the unit, microorganisms are destroyed and VOCs are destroyed. And then active air is what comes out the top. It seeks out contaminants in the air and surfaces and helps clean. These reduce particles, VOCs, bacteria, PM2.5, etc. I'd like to now show you the findings from the SPRI project, starting with the surfaces. Also, before the research, we're unaware of the surface contamination. So we start off with phase 1, where we collected some data, the control data. And during this period, we're following the protocol for the pandemic using Acticor Plus, or a chlorine-based cleaning product. So this is our base line here with the bacterial and fungal load at 100%. We then enter phase 2, where we've installed the KPP system, again still following the pandemic protocol with Acticor Plus. And we show during this phase that we reduced the fungal load by 50%, and the bacterial load is actually reduced by 60%. Moving on to phase 3, we show the fungal load is reduced by 10%, and the bacterial load by 18%. The important thing to point out here is that at this stage, it's at least equal or better than the pandemic protocol, where we're using Acticor or chlorine-based cleaning products. So this phase 3 is better than that point. So now to the air. Again, pre-pandemic, we've got no statistics for that phase. Phase 1 is our control phase, again following the pandemic protocol, so we're measuring particles PM2.5, PM10. Phase 2, we install the KPP system, following the protocols, and in this stage, the air contamination is reduced by 45%. Moving into phase 3, and again, that remains the same at 45%. To summarise, we've reduced the surface contamination by up to 60%, air by 45%, and it's better than the cleaning with the chlorine or Acticor protocols. So these have been tested again against Strep A, Staph A, E. coli, Aspergillus, again, many pathogens, yeast and fungus, including COVID surrogate. So we believe the implementation of KPP would be advantageous to the NHS in all areas. However, initially, we would welcome the opportunity to work with infection control professionals, and together we could reduce hospital-acquired infections throughout the sector. We do not believe there are any barriers to working with NHS Scotland and wider community. We are an approved contractor, and any training protocols required by staff would be happy to comply with. So we would like to know what barriers a review panel would see in the implementation of KPP, so that we may adjust accordingly. Thank you.